Would you like to be able to buy AI credits just once and then be able to use them every single day without having to pay again? Enter VeniceAI's Diem token. It's a tokenized credit for generative AI and API access to the extensive Venice model ecosystem. The Diem token enables refreshing daily API credits with Venice. Diem is a token on the Ethereum Layer 2 base chain, and you can acquire it in the typical ways you can acquire tokens. The simplest way is to head over to the Aerodrome exchange and swap for the Diem token. Make sure you're swapping to the correct contract address. Once you've got your Diem, you head over to the VeniceAI token dashboard, connect your wallet, and once you see your available Diem balance, you click Stake. Confirm your stake. I am a fiend for more Diem. And now you can see you have a staked Diem balance. But there's one other way to acquire Diem, and that's through staking the VVV token. Now you can acquire VVV on Aerodrome, just like Diem, or you can actually use Coinbase. You can buy it here and withdraw to your Coinbase wallet. Head back to your token dashboard and notice that your available balance of VVV can now be staked. Now, once you have your VVV token staked, you will then be able to mint Diem without having to buy it. This will result in your VVV tokens being locked until you burn the Diem that you just minted. And once you've minted your Diem, you'll need to click the stake button again in order to access your $1 per 1 Diem of API credits every day. Also note that you're earning a yield on your VVV while it's staked. You can claim rewards anytime. Now that we have our Diem staked, head over to the API page in your Venice dashboard. Here you can see your current Diem balance and your upcoming Diem balance for the next epoch, which in this case is in 42 minutes and 55 seconds. This allows you to plan your API usage accordingly and set a consistent, certain budget. In the API dashboard, you can see your usage of Diem versus USD. As you can see here, I've not used any USD, only Diem. And then scrolling down, we can generate a new API key that you can then use for the API. There are many ways to use your API credits with Venice, including on any OpenAI compatible endpoint. So for example, here in N8N, I just create an OpenAI credential and I make sure I input the VeniceAI base URL, pop in my API key, and can now sort through all the top models provided by Venice in the API. For example, here's a workflow that would trigger every day. Set the parameters to generate an image using Nano Banana Pro and make that request to the Venice API. And from there, for example, maybe I have it post to Instagram. Diem is a fantastic resource for recurring automations. Or maybe you want to use your Diem to vibe code. I've got my IDE open here, VS Code, with the Rue Code plugin. I go over to my settings. I choose an OpenAI compatible provider. I enter the VeniceAI base URL, pop in my API key, and I can use some of the best models on the market for my vibe coding. But your Diem tokens also count towards Venice credits on the main Venice browser interface. So as you can see, if I open up the model menu and I find a premium model like Nano Banana Pro, it will tell me how many Venice credits this generation is going to cost me. The Venice API docs are very thorough in sharing with you what the price is for each model, from text to image to video. You can also get the proper names and specs, input parameters, etc., all at docs.venice.ai. So now, for example, we'll generate a video from an image. I'll find a model I like. I click the lightning to upload an image. And I've chosen this image of the Diem token floating through the cloud. And my prompt is to see this turn into a video with the Diem token slowly descending through the clouds. And we see that this will cost me 132 credits. Fire that off. And so there we see our video generation. Beautiful. So as you can see, with recurring daily API credits, the possibilities are almost endless. Diem opens up the frontier to building with AI without limits. For more use cases and inspiration, check out the VeniceAI Discord, where the community is constantly discussing their creative ways for using this tokenized API credit. Enjoy and happy building.